The starry-eyed fledgling. Once upon a time, the world was covered in a blanket of darkness. Though the sun danced across the skies and spun great fabrics of blue and white across her gaze, the night would always arrive to blot out her radiance in time. Under her inky embrace, the clutch of the night's darkness lulled all life to sleep, never daring nor wishing to explore the strange landscapes hidden under the empty void. All the waking world fled from the night, wishing to find the sun again and sheltering from the night's cold gaze wherever she chose to roam. Until one day, a small hatchling, barely cleaned of her eggshell, dared to stare back into the eyes of the night. She was a small one, that young baby bird, still blind to the scorching light of the day and freshly warm from the comforts of her shell. She stared into the sky on the early twilight of the sun's departure from the realm and wondered. Why? Why should she fear the cold darkness that arrives with the night? All those around her feared and fled the unknown mysteries of the light's absence. Yet, for all her eagerness, follow them and learn their thoughts, she could not understand why they feared the night so much. So, she strove to explore the darkness and learn where that fear came from. One night, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the creatures around her settled into their slumber, she took to her feet, light and shaky, and stepped into the shadows. Chills raced up and down her spine. Instinctual apprehension pulling at the threads of her nerves and urging her to turn back, to escape into the light once more and join the crowd. The cold fingers of wintry night, their icy nails traced themselves along her cheek, freezing reminders of mortality that clutched at her soul. All around her, the winds of changing time whispered words in languages no living thing could comprehend. Ancient secrets hidden in the abyss since the beginning of time. And yet, for all the danger she felt around her, all the unknown energies warping her reality and beckoning her away from the path, she continued. Her wings yet featherless and still weak from youth clung to her sides. She felt her voice catching in her throat. Total silence consuming the song she might sing. Her eyes darted to and fro, looking and searching for something. Somewhere to latch onto this absent abyss. Hours turned to days, days to weeks. She wandered the night, keeping pace with the cloak of midnight for what felt like eternity. At last, when all seemed hopeless, and the clarion called the souls she left behind, and the day came to a cacophony, something changed. A spark, small and faint, pierced through the darkness. The first star, a guiding beacon of distant dreams so far away that reaching it felt impossible. Like the glittering gem of hope remaining in Pandora's box, the star reached the small bird's eyes. And there it came to rest. Burning a permanent mark into her gaze and shattering the guise of shadowy silence around her. The sounds of the night grew, becoming a choir of crickets conducted by floating fireflies. The cold winds of winter wrapped around the bony trunks of trees and danced in wisps of clouds silvered from the heavens above. A warmth, ethereal and ghostly, rose not from the air around her, but from within herself. A flush of emotion ran through her skin, driving away the threats of deathly cold and loneliness as the bird turned her eyes skyward. Thus did the night and her mysteries become known. The light of stars in the sky imprinted themselves into the bird's eyes, dancing an eternal waltz alongside her soul. The fog of evening dew rested upon her limbs, becoming gentle feathers that lifted her spirits. with snowy cygnets. The sound of the crickets became her melody, filling the world with a song truly her own. She took to the skies, seeing the world in a light that day could never know. The quiet calm of the sleeping world brought her heart peace. She reveled in her discovery, letting the beauty that hid beneath the darkness fill her mind with dreams. But all things must come to an end. This she knew, for she had seen it in the stars. Lights must eventually go out. And days must come to a close. So too was it true of the night. Thus did she return to the earth, and laid her weary bones upon the ground. As her eyes closed, she smiled to herself, watching the heavens that healed her body and mind find homes within her dreams. Thus did the day find her, and all the beasts that hid from the night gathered to welcome her back to the light. When she woke, the light of the stars danced within her eyes and dazzled the spectators. A phantasm of her mysterious melodies materialized in the air around her, mesmerizing the world that watched her. For though the night had passed quietly and without spectacle, the memories remained within the bird's mind. For many days to come, the bird would journey into the night, welcoming the cold warmth of the evening with her songs, and dancing with the twilight stars. It would not be long before more would join her travels, admiring the beauties of both the morn and the eve. It was there, in that space between, where she would find her guiding lights. And thus did the world become whole once again, joining the blinding radiance of the sun hand in hand with the silvered starlight, the cosmos. The starry-eyed fledgling grew into a powerful phoenix, wings outstretched to hold all the universe in her feathers. Her song rings out for all eternity, guiding the dreams of the slumbering souls in the night, and pursuing the passions of her companions in the day. The end.